women, when we do things, it's based on our feelings. When men, it's based on action. So the church always becomes feminine because they just get rid of any like standard of action in order to get in. It's always this very emotional, spiritual, feminine talk, right? It's never any standards. Do you know what I mean?
I love being a Christian because
What's pruning again? I'm sorry.
pruning is like when you cut off what's bad so that more growth can come in.
Farmers do this, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
On like, let's say an apple tree. So you're cutting off a bad branch because you see that it's dying and it's sucking up the nutrients of where the tree needs to be growing. Instead of producing fruit, it's dying. So you cut that off so new growth can come in.
Amen.
So new nutrients can go to the place that's now healing instead of dying. So I see it like this, like where I'm at is kind of like,
could you move your mic closer? I'm so sorry. Where
I'm at is a really cool place where when you become like a Christ follower, you become so hypersensitive to things like lying or I don't know, thinking different things or like thinking things that you shouldn't be thinking, stuff like that. Financial strain, like you really are being tested in like, let's say I lie and I'm like, oh, dang. Like I immediately feel the effects of that. And I'm like, and where another person would be like, so what? You said a lie. Like that doesn't matter. I'm like, for me, it's like the world. And I spend like 2 days repenting over it. Cause I'm like, God, that's not the person I want to be. That's not the person you created me to be. That's not your will for my life. In the minute, like I've been reading this amazing book by John Bevere. It's called Killing Kryptonite. Kryptonite is like killing sin. And a lot of sin stems from like idolatry. And like, if you think about it in the Bible, like Old Testament, what was idolatry? Idolatry was like worshiping idols. Worshiping idols now looks so different because we don't like melt metals together and form like an animal out of it and bow down to it, where they did in like Old Testament, New Testament times. For us, it could be our phone. It's a person. It's a podcast. It's a TV show where you watch.
Yeah. So now we have the corn star lecturing us about our cell phones, our TV. You know, it's just ironic. She's got these heavy nails, heavy makeup, fake hair, and she wants us to believe there's something natural. She's also saying social media is fake and then gets mad when we say, okay, this is all fake. And then she's like, no, well, that's not fake. But this other stuff was fake. And we're like, bitch, what's real? Back in 2023, I was put on a government watch list for speaking out about men's issues. The government spent who knows how much money trying to shut me up. And honestly, to some extent, it worked. I was demonetized on YouTube. I had 3 Instagram accounts deleted, 7 TikToks accounts wiped out, and I was forced to delete 3 years worth of work, videos, interviews, everything. The more honest I was, the harder I was punished. And eventually, I had to shut down my show, move back home, and completely start over. But I'm not giving up. This time, we're doing things differently. I've created my own app, a space where free speech actually means free speech. On this app, you'll not only get access to all my old content, but you'll also help shape our future documentaries and show topics. For just $10 a month, you're not only supporting me, you're supporting a movement, a network that refuses to be silenced. The link is in the description. Join us and be a part of something that fights back against censorship. Now, let's talk bigger picture. Why don't we have true free speech in America anymore? Welcome to the female economy, where women make 80% of consumer buying decisions. Have you ever wondered why women always seem to get their way? Well, here's the truth. Men tend to care about the free flow of ideas. Men can separate an idea from the person who said it. But women, on the other hand, have learned that they can control what gets said by controlling what gets funded. Platforms like YouTube have one goal. They want to make money. And if that means catering to the majority female audience, they will. That's why being a conservative creator today feels impossible. This isn't just about me, it's about the future of online speech. With the Audacity Network, me and my community will never have to worry about being silenced again.
Way too much time, or you prioritize that TV show over your time with God.
Yeah.
I have been so convicted recently about that because I love Criminal Minds. One of my favorite shows. And so I just love crime shows. I think like all girls do. Yeah. But I was so like, funny. I was like, dang, like I felt so convicted. I was like, wow, I'm spending time with God every day, but I still prioritize this TV show more than I'm like spending time with God. I look forward to my TV show. And I'm like, why don't I look forward to my time with God? So I took a fast. I was like, no social media and no TV today. I went 24 hours without it, I immediately felt refreshed. I immediately understood that this was something that I needed to put to the side because it was raising very
Amen,
quickly.
dude.
It can be anything.
You're killing it, dude.
But I think that's why God has me in this like little season of kind of not knowing where I'm going. It's just, here's a podcast. Here's a little brand deal. Here's this, but it's just enough. It's sufficient.
Can I say two things?
Yes.
So
it's your podcast.
Thank you. I don't want to mute you. I was kidding. Two things that really, really impresses me. One, the pruning aspect of your life. I just want to, you're new to this and so am I. And this is something that I really needed to hear. And I pray this sits with you. As you grow closer to the light, you can start seeing what was in the darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Which means as a man, you are not going to sin less, but you're going to feel the sin more.
You've got to be kidding me. Is there any standard of behavior that we can have for these people other than getting dunked in Jesus water? And then now you get to lecture us. I just can't take it. I can't take it anymore.
So you're inviting your flesh to die and you're inviting the spirit in. So things you're a little bit more sensitive to. Like for me, foul language when it flies out of my mouth, because I still swear once in a while. Like if I'm hanging out with a certain
group. That was
something
hard for me to give up, but it's good to have an accountability partner. Jordan was my accountability partner. Every time I slipped the F word, he'd like language. And I was I'm not kidding. It was like it was like every other word out of my mouth was the F word. And it was just became part of my routine. So like years and years, like over 10 years of swearing. And now you just need to get rid of it. It was so hard. But my accountability partner was always there to catch me and always being like language. Sometimes he'd say it multiple times during the day. And I'm like, darn. And so I just started repenting every time I said it. I'm like, God, cleanse my tongue, because I want to be presented to Christ as pure. It's about the music you listen to, what comes out of your mouth, what you're absorbing with your eyes. Sometimes the food you eat, it depends on the convictions that Holy Spirit is giving you. Some people can wear things where I'm convicted about, like showing cleavage. I will not.
You see how they subtly get rid of all of the standards? Because women, when we do things, it's based on our feelings. When men, it's based on action. So the church always becomes feminine because they just get rid of any like standard of action in order to get in. So it's very subtle manipulation where she's saying, well, some people aren't convicted if they dress like whores. It's like, okay, isn't that the bare minimum to get into the church is to like not dress like a super slut? And look, I'm not, all I'm saying is if you're going to be it, then be it.